I have so many questions here and I typed too many paragraphs. It's bad. It'd be easier if we could use marshmallow, right? Oh, yeah, tell me about it. It would have been, like, a lot better if I could have used that, but... but I have to follow the rules around here, so it was, like, I think... Tutor method was the one that was offered to me. So that's the way. At least I was able to get one. Because we weren't, I wasn't sure. I think... If I wasn't able to use Twitter for some reason... Or Marshmallow... I think the only other option probably would have been, like... having, like, a stream, and then asking... And then having to, like, skim through everything and get every question, right? That's one way. Or the community tab, probably. Marshmallow probably be, or YouTube comments. That's a good one. That's a good one. Probably that. Oh, but hello, Maki Evening Macaroons. How are you? I slept for most of the day, which is okay. Well, kind of not, but also okay. I don't know. It's like when you get really tired, right? Maybe. I probably need more nutrition, I think. Or, I mean, it's okay, but relying on energy packs isn't fun. But this is your pilot speaking, Machina X Flayon here at your service. Welcome! So, we have a bunch of questions. If it was Marshmallow, I think I could have displayed the question, right? But this one's hard to. So, what I think I'll do, maybe I'll get in trouble for it. I don't think I will. I don't see the problem. But maybe there's something wrong with me, right? But what I'll do is I'll probably display people's names as I'm going through them. We have a bunch. And then, I think some people asked last minute, right? Which is fine, too. What I think I'll do is... I have these questions here that my manager screened already, right? Also, thank you for the super chat. Is that Toho? Or am I seeing the icon wrong? Hi, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Kano Moan. Thank you. Is it okay to ask midstream if I catch it? Yeah. If I catch it, if you're willing to duel with my brain, right? I already have a hard time paying attention. Do you want to risk that? I don't mind if they're last minute. I don't really care. I don't, like, not care in a way like, I don't care, but it's like, I think I'm pretty easygoing, so I don't mind. I can understand, I guess. Probably I could see me doing stuff last minute. If I have some screened by my manager here, but we'll see. Let me start this because there's a whole bunch. And some of them I'll have to trim down because I, like, wrote paragraphs and everything. Then I didn't mean to. I was like, okay, I'm gonna write like 2 sentences. But then I kept typing, right? And then I got even further, so it was like that. I think so far I've had like 31 written up for, somewhat. Some of them were put together, I think, if they asked really similar questions. Blay, what's your favorite goldfish snack flavor? The original, but not the original. The cheddar cheese one. Thank you for the super chat, Phantasmagoria. Oh, thank you again. The janitor. Chances of a mech warrior stream. If I can get permission for it, sure, right? If I can get permission for it, sure. Because you have to ask the company first for it, right? Because everything here now is monetized. So, like, if you think from their shoes, would you always want any company to just, like, take your game and then make money from it? Right? So it's like that type of thing. Also, it's about respect, too. So I'll see. There's some games that would be difficult. And I think I would have to sacrifice some things, but I still want to play them, so I might do that. But I'll check with my manager. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, Flayon, who is the cutest member of Tempus? Macni. Thank you for the super chat. Just a reminder, you're awesome and have a good day, Machina X Flayon. Stop saying my full name! Magni started this. Never mind, I take it back. It's not Magni. Battle. Thank you for the super chat, minion. Pace yourself with these questions, you got it. Okay, here. Let me get started. There was a world ends with you question. Okay. The first one is from Ryder DD88 right here. So maybe if you're watching the VOD, it'll be easier to find your name. If possible, I think I'll just, like, take these out and then we'll just keep doing Q&As until we've done them all. But I'm scared, what if they're never done? Maybe. Maybe. They have like an adult arena icon, I think. I think that's, I'm not sure. Don't look at their icon if you don't want spoilers and stuff. Okay, Warframe for, Warframe. How many are there? Is there a Warframe 2? I've heard about it forever, but I never actually touched it. Thank you for the super chat, MX, but I'm interested. Hi, Haka. Okay, here, the first one is from WriterDD88, and they asked, you talked a little bit about it in the pre-chat. So, how much of the Trails series have you played? What's your favorite game in the series? See, with Trails, for me, that's kind of, I'll do it. I think I told it before, people probably caught it, but my first Trails game was actually Trails in Cold Steel, and I first found out about it through the game ads in Oculus Strip 2, if you guys have played that one. I think the localized version, because they didn't release Oculus Strip 1 yet, so for the localized version, they just called it Oculus Strip Undead and Undressed, right? But it's actually the second game in the series. So, when I was playing that, I just saw, like, the ads for Conception, not their first Conception, Conception 2, and Trails of Cold Steel, and then this one other one with, like, it was kind of sus, because, like, there was, like, moaning in it. But I can't remember. You guys probably can find it out, right? But that's when I first saw it, and it was like, they were playing that music in the ads of the opening, right? So I was like, oh, okay. So then I finally found out about it, and I got it on the PS Vita. I think, what was I doing? I was doing like schoolwork then. And then I made it to, I actually researched it right before the stream, because I was like, I played it before, right? But I didn't know where I stopped off at. But apparently I made it to the beginning of chapter 5. So, and then I think there's like 8 chapters, right? With that number 8 being the final one, I think. So I made it to the beginning of chapter 5 after this big beast that looked like your big scorpion, and then the nothing personal kid teleports behind you right here. Right there, but never finished it because then schoolwork got really busy, right? But then I found out that it wasn't the first one. So then I played Sky, right? I think on PC, I think I made it to chapter 3, either the beginning or mid-part way. And then got really busy again, so never finished it, right? But for both of them, I really like them. I think if I can't name a favorite game, I want to say what I like about the Kiseki series is just, or Kiseki's equals Trail if you don't know, sorry. It's just how integral it is with the lore and everything. It's one of the first games I ever played where the textbooks would actually have like full-on lore, and not just like for a small segment, right? Like a quiz. No, like if you went to the library in the game, they actually had full-on lore, and it all connects, and they would have references in history to multiple things. So I was like, what the whoa! And then all the NPCs, I'm pretty sure most of them, except for like very, 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 very minimal, right? Almost all of them have names, and even if they don't have like, even if they don't have, what's it called? Even if they don't have, names, right? They still have a lot of characters in them. So I think what surprised me probably was in Trails of Cold Steel 1, there's like a quest, I think it was probably like chapter 3, right? And there was this side character called Alan, and then like this girl was childhood friends with him, and he'd becoming kind of standoffish to her, I think, right? And she was worried about him. So I was like, okay, look at this guy, he looks pretty generic, right? Whatever, it won't be anything, right? But no, they actually took him seriously. So I like that, and then just for the characters here, let me get this real quick. But here, I'll be it below. With the characters too, right? I liked a lot how they would argue. So for me, like my first RPG or JRPG with any arguing probably was Persona 3. So I really like that because I don't like it when your characters get along like really easily, right? And they're just like, yeah, we'll always get along, right? Because for me, growing up online in chat rooms and people, right? Because people online will argue with each other all the time. So for me, I saw people arguing all the time. So if they were getting along all the time, I couldn't be like, I was like, I can't relate. I can't relate. What I know is from people, from like teenagers when I was a teenager, was just everyone has their own baggage, their own issues, and then there's miscommunication here and there, and then just shit happens, right? Sometimes they're really problematic people. Maybe you are the problematic person. Sometimes it's like that, right? But sometimes it really is just miscommunication or just different aspects of life. So I really like that in Trails. Ugh. But I have Trails of Cold Steel 2 on the Vita. And that was the latest Trails game for me at the time. But now there's like 3 and 4, right? So I gotta play catch up. But what I think I'll do from now on is probably finish Sky first, then go in order. Then next is Crossspell, right? Well, after Sky is 2 more games. Because Sky has 3 games, right? Then Crossspell's 2 games, then Cold Steel, right? And then there's like that new Trails with the blue-haired guy after. So I'll probably go with that. The last JRPG I played was Caligula Effect. Okay, sorry. Okay, there's one. Here, I have to take this one again. Next one was from... Hopefully that helped. I'm in a weird position with like the Kiseki because I like it, but every time I play it, I always get interrupted. But I like it a lot. I got pretty far, but it's like for Sky and Steel. I got pretty far, but never to the finishing point, but far enough for it to leave an impact, right? Then from NAP 1400? Is that how you say it? They asked, let me see. Hold on. I have like the answers on one side and my the questions on the other so I don't forget. Let's see. I could ask a slew of fighting game related questions, but I'll reduce it to 2. Oh boy, thank you. What are the mains in the games you play? An arcade stick, pad, hitbox, or other? Does stick always refer to arcade stick? I thought it was like that one or controller, right? But let's see. If stick is controller, if we're going for that stick, right? Then I prefer either playing stick or hitbox, or controller or hitbox. Arcade stick's okay. Hitbox just feels different, maybe because I like the diagonal keys, right? Is that the one? Pad is controller. Okay, then pad or hitbox then. But I prefer those, but for my favorite mains, let's see. I wrote it down here. For BlazBlue Calamity Trigger, it was Jin, Kisaragi. Then Continuum Shift, it was Jin and Hazuma. Then Chrono Phantasma, it was Jin, Hazuma, and Terumi, right? Then for Central Fiction, it was Naoto Kurogane, Jin, and Hibiki. Not Kuze, that's Double Survivor 2. Hibiki, right? Then for Melty Blood, it was Crescent Kohaku. I'm pretty sure it was Half Moon Nanaya, but when I've been looking at the gameplay, I don't remember half of it, so maybe it was Crescent Nanaya, right? Then for Type Lumina, it's just Tonoshiki for now. Unless they release... Don't get Relius in here! Relius is such an asshole! I think it's one of the first games I've seen, like, you know, like anime dads are assholes, right? And sometimes it's games too, right? I think it was one of the first games I played. I think it was like Continuum Shift 2, right? When he first got added, and he was just like, spoil the rod, spare the rod, spoil the child. What the fuck? Yo! And I know he didn't mean it in a normal way either. There was something wrong with him. I'm never forgetting that line. I forgot who voiced him. Was it Travis Willingham, I think? You know, at first I never liked Carl. Maybe because he reminded me of myself. I think a lot of characters I dislike probably have me in it. So I was like, okay. So now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, I like you, little man. You're just a little bit lost. But now I get it. And now I'm like, you know, I hate Relius is sexy and cool, but I also hate him, like, as a person. But as a character, he's cool. Oh, wait. Sorry, I got distracted. You ever read Tsukime? That's the first one I played. Fighter Z. My Fighter Z's main team was Jiren, GT Goku, and Vidal. I don't know why. I also like doing the wake up one where you summon the Great Saiyaman to like do like a big Kamehameha. I like baiting with that, but you know, against professionals that doesn't work. But a newbie it does. Then for Under Night, it was Sat and Byakuya. So, Onesa! Boy. Then Arena and Ultimax, it was Minazuki Sho. For Arena, it was Yosuke Hanamura, and then Toru Adachi, I guess, for Ultimax, but I didn't use him as often as Minazuki, right? Because with Minazuki, he got teleports and he kept, like... I spammed the hell out of that shit. Then, for... Did you play Grand Blue Versus? I did not yet because apparently it doesn't have rollback, right? But would you guys still recommend it anyways? Maybe I should still play it. I'll play it soon. Is it on sale still? I like to play. I played a bit of Grand Blue before, but never got far. I want to. Every time I talk about wanting to play Grand Blue, everyone's like, "No, don't do it." I'm like, why? But I like the art style. And then Nobu. I forgot to pronounce his name. I'm sorry. He's a legend. Imatsu, right? Final Fantasy composer does the music, right? That's what really dragged me there. So I want to play that. Oh, then for Cross Tag, it's Linne Hakuman is my main team. Then for Strive, I like playing Kai Kisk. I'm trying Bridget. It feels a bit different than the old Bridget I tried. I forgot which one that was. I think my first Guilty Gear game ever was Guilty Gear, let me see, Accent Core plus something plus R. And I like playing Order Soul there, I think. I think that's the game he's in. I forgot if he's in the same game as Robo-Kai. Maybe I don't remember. I'm not really sure. But those would be a lot of the games they played. Oh! I'm not trying to pronounce, I never knew how to pronounce it, but Akatsuki Blitzkampf? I like Perfecti. I think I just chose her though because it was like, Okay, it's, you know when you're not thirsty, but it's not like, oh my god. But it's more like, oh, she's pretty, right? And then you play, like, it's like that. That's for Akatsuki's game, right? But I never played too much of that. I think when I played that, it was when I played that old JoJo game with Dio. Not the one, it was only up to I think it was part 3 only, right? So probably that one. But I remember I liked playing him, but, no, her, rather. But that's how much I know for now of it. I haven't touched it in forever. I think of all of them, probably Blitzcamp is the one I've touched the least. I was happy to see, like, Blitz, Tank, and Akatsuki and Cross Tag, but I don't think... They're supposed to add more characters, but then I guess now they can't add anything to Cross Tag now. Oh well, that's okay. Sometimes stuff goes there. But I hope that answered some of it. Here, let me get this other one. I think I'm typing this right. I need to go a bit faster. I think. Also, Haka stopped by earlier, right? Thank you, Haka. Oh, this is from Melon Hoha. Melohina. Oh, there we go. Reminds you of when people did, what was it? Komahina? That's a ship for Komaida X Hinata from Danganronpa 2, right? I remember seeing that everywhere. That's the first thing I think of when I see Hina for some reason. But let's see. They asked, you mentioned your wife, the GameCube. What were your favorite games of the system? Okay, I got them here. Kirby Air Ride, Pokemon XD, Super Mario Sunshine, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess, and I think Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. How do you know that? Because I read Danganronpa when it was like Oran via the Something Awful forums. Therefore, everyone used the last names, so I say Naegi, Hinata, Kuzuryu, Mahiru, Koizumi. There we go, right? I'm not used to everyone saying the first names. I'm still not used to it. I'm still gonna call them by the... The only one that can possibly get me is V3, but mainly because the translation I played had the first names, right? But it's like that. Okay, thank you, Melahina. Then, let's see. The next one is from Gromtox. That's a cool name. Okay, put this here. So I have to type these up each time. I wasn't that prepared. I was supposed to be a bit more prepared, but then I got really sleepy and I said, I'll just sleep, right? I think this is another fighting game question. What is your favorite fighting game? Do you play on pad, stick, or hitbox? I guess pad then, right? Since I'm a stuck stick for pad? Pad and hitbox are my preferences. Then what character archetype do you like in fighting games? What is your favorite fighting game to watch? And favorite fighting game moment? I got a lot here. Okay. I like characters with lots of tools for mobility or mix-ups, I guess. I guess it would be like a Shoto character. They're okay. They're okay, I guess. I kind of like how Bridget plays, right? Where like you get to dash around the screen. I like stuff like, or like Hazuma maybe. Maybe like Hazuma. I like a lot of mobility and mix-ups a lot for the most part. Grapplers are fun sometimes, but I don't get them. I don't like fighting grapplers. Zoners, they piss me off. I think Yukiko and Arena pissed me off. I think I would spam like the Garudine, and then in Arena you can control it, right? In Cross Tag, I think it just homes. But every time they start doing the stupid fans, I would just Garudine into them. I hate that. But let's see. My favorite fighting game to watch is probably Melty Blood, mainly because all the memes with haha, they're playing in a hotel bathroom, right? But mainly for funnies, but I don't want actually people to like go, yeah, let's not touch that, right? Because it's in a bathroom. No. It's just a meme, right? And then probably Fighter Z, mainly because of the cell yell. It's like, ah! And everyone does that. I like it. And then my favorite fighting game moments are probably, I think I told it on the debut, right? It's probably when you just get beat over and you keep asking for a rematch, right? And they keep like obliging by it. So you're getting your ass beat and then you keep putting rematch again and they say, yeah, okay. And they keep beating you up, then eventually they like start going easy on you, but not like easy where they like let you win. But you can feel them, even though you can't talk to them, right? You can feel them teaching you. I like the lack of communication that we can't have there, but so we make up for it, right? I like it when they like start doing the crouching movement to get your attention, and they're showing you where you're messing up. But then you're like, okay, I got it now. But then they still beat your ass again, right? I like that. So and then those are probably my favorite fighting game moments, but you can get that in any like main lobby, right? Like I could probably hop in Cross Tag right now. Maybe there'll be like 2 or 3 people there. But there's probably someone there with like a, probably like a blue square, right? But they have like pink player skill and above. And they'll play around with me, but then they'll just kill me whenever they get tired of it. Those are my favorite moments. Then, I mean, there's times where I like turn things around, but I don't like to count them because I feel like I turn like a battle around just because of luck and not because of skill. So I don't usually count those, but that happens a lot in games I played. Okay, here. Thank you, Grumtax. Next is Galaxer Sloop. Okay, got it. There you go. They asked, hello, since you sang Naraku no Hana in your karaoke, Kai's opening, right, for Higurashi? Oops, sorry, oops. I was wondering if you also like Higurashi since you're a Umineko fan. If so, who's your favorite character? I can't remember his name. In Higurashi, I like the guy that Rika talks with. I think, is it Arc 3? Or Chapter 3? It's the guy who becomes back buff later. He has black hair. Akasaka, maybe? I like him. When you first see him, he's kind of like a... Can I use that word? He thin boy, right? But he comes back buff. And he has a wife. I like him. I think mainly because like with time loop type things, I always like there's that one character that will support you no matter what. But it's like made sense, right? Not just because they need a character to support you. I like that. No, not Finboy. No, not that. He's like Ikemen. There you go. I'm not telling people what I'm gonna say. I like Akasaka, then let's see. Rika's cool. I like Keiichi too, because he's pretty simple. I also liked because of his like backstory, right? I can't spoil that. But his backstory was pretty relatable for me, not that I did any of that, but like being a delinquent-esque thing without spoiling what exactly he did, right? I was like, oh damn, you made a mistake and now you have to live up to it, right? So I always liked that. But Higurashi, I watched the anime first because, you know, everyone probably back then was like, whoa, look at this cute anime, man. Okay, whoa, nails. The nail scene I didn't like. I don't like the nail scene. I don't like the booth scene. I don't like the food scene. Actually, I think my favorite moment was, I think, chapter 3, right? So it's like, so they're in the back of the car, right? After that one scene, it's just like, so did you hide the body? What? Did you hide the body? I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking? You better hide the body. The tension there. I love that. I love it. That was, and then, because the character related to that, they kind of, you could argue one deserves that, right? You know who it is. The asshole guy. We're talking about Higurashi chapter 3. I'm pretty sure it was chapter 3. And then also, it's so funny because some characters in Higurashi in one arc or loop, they'll be your friend, but the next one they'll be like, fuck you, I hate you. That was the police officer, right? That's where he was like, because in like arc 1 and 2, he's nice, but in arc 3, he's like, you suck. But I get why. I get why. I'm trying not to spoil it without giving like too big of a thing. So like when people play it, they don't go, oh, so that's what he was talking about, right? But, oh, sorry, I'm like going really far, but Higurashi was my first experience. Then 3 Kai, I found Umineko and I was like, is this a sequel to Higurashi? Whoa! Right? And I watched that and I liked it, although it was a bit rushed. But then I was like, I want the sequel because I didn't know there was a sound novel yet. So then they went to like various forums and they're like, play the sound novel VN instead, okay? Then I played that. I finished the question arcs for the most part, right? But never played the answer arc because I got spoiled to like death and back, so I know all the memes. So I know about her. Who else do I know about? Pretty much all. I know I know the ending of that one. I know the big twist. I know, like, I guess with Umineko, there's another question here later. But it's like, what was it? I think my favorite thing about Umineko is, without love, it cannot be seen, right? And I feel like that theme applies to everything, even outside of Umineko. Like, sometimes you cannot get the twist Or the question, if you do not have basic empathy. And I think it works really well because like, Umineko characters are cool, but like everyone's like sort of an asshole in a way. And not like oh, they have like one plot where they're angry, but then they get better. Like, no, it's just, they feel like actually going to a family meeting where you have like an asshole aunt or something, or uncle. It's like that. But oh, Galaxy Loop also asked, my favorite character probably would have to be Natsuhi, Battler, Beatrice. That's how you see the actual one, right? Then Maria's okay. I like Angie too. Just don't look at some of those names. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Have you heard of the Higurashi board game called Tragedy Loop? I have not, but I heard of a Higurashi DS game. Let me write that down. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, I'm like, this speed up here. If we can at least get through 30, that's fine. I'll try to go through some of the recent ones too. Okay, hold on. Yeah, let me try to go through that. Hold on. Here. What, here? Here, this one's from Crazy Seal 14. Here, like every other one, I'm gonna try and go to the recent ones that got asked. What VST plugin did you use for when you did the karaoke stream? FabFilter Pro R. Then specifically Echo for, oh, FabFilter Pro R. That's it. Expensive but good stuff. Also, thoughts on Fire Emblem. I like Fire Emblem. My first game was probably, it was Roy's game. So was that 6, The Binding Blade? But that was in Japanese, so I couldn't really understand anything. Then I played, I forgot whose game came first. Was it Roy's or his dad? I played the dad's game next, I think, but I barely remember any of that because when I played that, it was back when I played like Mega Man Zero. So I only recommend like partial memories from that. Elliewood, right? I think his name was. I like the dragon girl. She's cute. I think her name started with an N. Then let me think. Nina. Ninian. Bingo. Not Tiki. Tiki's cute though. Ninian. Yep, there we go. Then I didn't play anything for a while. I think I've heard of Ike's game. You like Ike? That's from Heroes, right? But, never fully got to play this game. I think I played it before, but I got to the Black Knight fight, and I got my ass whooped, and I rage quit, and then something happened to my game. I think someone stole my game. I think that was on the GameCube, right? If I remember correctly. Then, my first one that I fully finished probably was Awakening. That one was really good. I like Awakening a lot. I think it's probably one of the best instances I've seen ever of a self-insert character. I like it, because at first I was like, oh, is this just a self-insert character? They do nothing, but then they do more stuff with them. I'm like, oh, I like it. It's nice and simple. Then I played Fates. I like the ideas behind it. Then 3 Houses, but never finished it. Got pretty early. Ironically, I think with 3 Houses, I couldn't get used to it because I really liked Robin, right? So I preferred that type of silent protagonist, where Byleth is more like ... right? So, but then, let's see. I had a friend let me play 3 Hopes, right? And I kind of like the protagonist of that one a bit more, Shez. Mainly because they're kind of sassy, but like, not OP. And how do I say, they talk more, right? And I also like Byleth in that game more, maybe because Byleth still doesn't talk that much, right? But they still get to talk, right? I guess. But I want to go back and finish Houses probably. And oh, Echoes is really good. The voice acting in that game in the original and the dub version is really high. I think one of my favorite lines was, where is it? Ian Sinclair, right? Nothing but lies. Lies! 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 Good one. I do wish they like, wait, no, yeah. Forgive me, Uncle! Your Excellency! Uncle! I like that one. I like it. Although at first when they were arguing, I was like, come on, just be happy that you guys can see each other again. But I like the voice acting and writing a lot. Pretty simple. Although I guess it's with remakes. Do you prefer them to like mess with them more or be like 1-to-1? I can't get it out of my head. Nothing but lies. Lies! Lies! I can't get it out. I love it. Okay, but that's one random one I got from Twitter. Let me go here. Hold on. They're all from Twitter, I think. But like that's one that came in recently. Let me see if there's another one really quick that I can do. Let's see. What's it? Here, I'll try to answer some quick ones. Yande, What does the X stand for? That's just my middle name. That's it. You want to know more? Ask whoever birthed me. I don't know. Then let's see. Oh, this is an interesting one. Let's see. Me to Basil. Okay, here. Then I'll get back to the big list that already been cleared. But this one is, do you plan on doing art collabs with Magni? If he wants, you know. I actually really don't like butting into other people's collabs, so I embarrassed myself with joining Team Purple, right? Yeah, whatever. But if you look at my debut, you can already gauge what I meant when I said that one thing, right? So you can go, oh, okay. And you can tell when I said I played Tsukihime as a kid, so you can go, oh, right? So, well, that's embarrassing in the moment. I think I felt more bad because not only I didn't want to invade on their collab because it's their space, right? Number 2, it's Team Purple. Team Purple. Number 3, I didn't want to demonetize Haka in any way or get his vid taken down, right? So if it's my own, fuck it. All right, I'll take the L. I'll take the bunk, but I don't want to get him involved in anything I do. And then it's like, I don't like interrupting other people's things, so like, I usually would like to get their consent first. I think the only other time was like going into Battle's monetization, but that's because the manager sent me. And we're like, I was like, the reflection there looks kind of concerning. They're like, yeah. So I got sent in as like backup to go like, be careful, right? But other than that, I don't like going in that much and messing with that. Maybe like, I'm not sure if you guys remember for the Tem Purple collab, but I did go in there to troll immediately. Where it was just to make a quick squeaking sound, right? Then I left. It was like during Battle's stream of it. I did like 2 or 3 times, just like throw them off. But I don't like actually like drawing attention to myself. So the fact that I was on stream, that was what embarrassed me more because I was taking away from them. So I didn't like that. I don't want to do that. If it's for me, whatever. But that's one thing. But if I could do a collab with Magni, if he wants, but if not, no worries. I don't want to like step on anyone's shoes. Let's see. Oh, this one here. I'll do this one and then I'll go back. Let's see. Stormed Land. Your profile picture reminds me of the Valkyria Chronicles for some reason. I don't know why. Like 3? Probably not from that, but that's what it reminds me of. Maybe it's just the guy of that game. But, let's see. How confident are you on improving your singing? Either in English or Japanese. Japanese might take a bit because I have a hard time parsing words. I think I can improve it. I just have to get past my nerves, right? Then I have one other issue with that. And that's because I had like a condition where if I squeeze too tight with my muscles, right, I can relapse and then my voice will get stuck like this for like hours. And I think my worst part with that ever, which is why I was really nervous, was back when that condition was at its worst, one time I woke up in the middle of the night because I couldn't breathe, right? Because I guess my muscles were contracting in my throat during my sleep. And you know, at first it's like, maybe one of those nights where you can't breathe and you're just like, okay, now I can. No, it continued for like at least 15 minutes. So then I was like, and I'm going and looking at the mirror, right, in the middle of the night, and I'm like, I can see my chest moving, I can see my mouth opening, but I literally cannot get any sounds. And it was like panicking, I think, and that's probably why my body woke up, because my body was like, you're dying. So it was probably one of the worst nights of my life. That happened like 2 or 3 times. And that was when the condition was at its worst, but now I think I've recovered pretty well, so it's fine. But I think definitely, even without that condition, I still have to work and improve. So it's just not all that, right? But that's probably what scared me the most, because I don't really want to go back to that, and I don't really want to not talk. Because even if you have like a small thing like a stutter, right, that builds up big time, and when that builds up big time, it like kills your confidence. And I think that's my whole life, rather. I do stupid things because I'm unsure about myself, which I should probably not do. I think what helped me is getting less harsh about it, I guess. And it's like that. But I'm getting there. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. I do love Burke and his barbecue style cooking. Rest in peace, wife. Flayon, if 1.5 chickens lay 1.5 eggs in half days, how many eggs would my chicken... I can't do this! I don't know. I'm not doing that. I hate that. Let's see. Cursed or not safe for work are, just don't put it under my tag, because I don't want people to see it and go, oh, right? That's all. I think cover, as the company says, is no, though. Right? So that's why I wasn't given one to give anyone, right? I do not see. I do not see. I don't believe people. They're like, oh, you're so sexy. I'm like, you're just saying that, aren't you? Right? Right? You'd have to. You can't get my love. You have to get through my 3 personal traumas. No, it's like that in that meme where it's like, you can't get me because I'm behind 5 proxies, right? But like with the Umineko one where it's like, you can't get me, I'm behind 7 different personalities. Oh my god. I think it was that with Umineko. Without love, it cannot be seen, right? I think that was one of the most, like, Umineko memes I've ever seen that was pretty like, oh, okay, right? Can you wear a sailor, Fuka? I'd like to, but I'd be pretty embarrassed. Okay, here, let me get back to the main list. Okay, let's see, who's next? Oh no, I opened up Reaper without, whatever, shouldn't lag. Let me close this. I think someone asked me about that with Reaper, right? Or something with audio. Oh, I think, let me go to that question next then. Hold on. Let me see, I think it's at the, here, I'll go choose one from the bottom. Okay. Where is it? Okay, I found it. From, let's see. I think I don't mind sailor uniforms as long as it's not like the one from 14 where it's like different colors. I like a consistent color, I guess. You know the one where you try to dye it in Final Fantasy 14? From X Pi. What is your audio setup? Okay, a Neumann TLM 103, a Focusrite ISO 1, and a Babyface Pro. Don't look those up. I saved up a lot for those. You kind of need them sometimes for like professional work. Okay, are you the Babyface Pro? I am. Do you think I'm cute, Altair? Hi, leader. How are you? Okay, a very expensive mic. Very. That's why I still don't look at. No to you too. Go away then. Hi, Altair. Okay, here. Let me go to another one then. Let me go back up to the list. Okay, hold on. I'll try to go faster with these if I can. So sorry. Oh, this one's an interesting one. I never went too into it, or a lot of things on debut, because I would literally get stuck for 15 minutes, right? But I was also nervous because I was like, do I be myself or do I not be? What am I supposed to do, right? I ended up just pretty much being myself, but okay. Bugmanful asked, let's see, as one of your favorite games is Dark Souls 2, indeed. What is your favorite boss in the series, including Bloodborne, Elden Ring, and Demon Souls? So you want the whole enchilada, right? So for Dark Souls 2, that one's difficult. I probably like the Executioner's Chariot, only because I think that's the only Souls boss like that, right? Vestal, the Royal Age, so that's like the boss before you meet the king. And Sir Alan, I think mainly because, like when I first fought him, usually like when you're fighting a Soulsborne boss, you can dodge, right? Then drink an Estus. Maybe dodge twice and drink an Estus. So that's like 3 actions, right? Sir Alan, you only get 1 choice. Either you dodge and drink, or you dodge and attack. You don't you don't get another one because he's so fast that he will go up on you. He's from the DLC, right? I liked his fight. Then for Dark Souls 1, Ornstein and Smo, I think I lost to them for like hours. Fun fight. For Demon Souls, Dragon God, I think he's the final one, and that one Kaiju one. Dragon God's Kaiju too, but Tower Knight. I think he's one of the first bosses. Hi, Battle Beetle Bear. Hi, how are you? The Bloodborne, I like Papa Guacamole. I like bees all over the shop. Sooner or later, you'll turn into one of them. Oh, the sweet blood. Oh, it sings to me. Oh, yeah, and then Mikolash was, a hunter is a hunter, even in a dream. Oh, cause grant us eyes. That I'm just referencing bosses, so people who are in the know will know, right? I like him. I forgot who else I like. Cause, how some say, cause no one can stop us now. I like him. One of the funniest bosses ever. Then Dark Souls 3, it was Abyss Watchers, Nameless King, and Slave Knight Kale. And then for Elden Ring, it was Cora Lu. You know the buff guy who just like says, fuck it, I'll fight you with my fist instead of like an axe, I think? Big buff. Godskin Duo, mainly because of the difficulty, but not Millennia, because she... Maybe I'm a bit like... Maybe I'm a bit Weird. Maybe I don't like her because when I fought her, it was when she had that bug where she'd still recover HP from swinging at nothing. So maybe that's why. Maybe I need to fight her again. But she was really hard. Let's see. That would be for, I think, 1, 2, 3 Elden Ring. I have not played Sekiro yet. I'd like to. Have you played Genshin Impact? I have. AR-54, I think. But I stopped at Zhao's Lantern Festival. So it's been a while since I played it. Let's see. Okay. That's for Bugmanful. Next one is... Baka... No, that's Baja. Bakarin. Sorry. Oh my god, I'm taking so long. I hope I'm getting through most of these. Let's see. Hey, Maki. If two guys beat each other up on the moon, would that be messed up or what? Is that like a VLR reference? Or am I creating... Maybe I'm reading this in the... What? Is that another like a Virtue's Last Reward reference, or am I getting that wrong? Shit. All I can think of is... or something. I can't remember. That's all I'll say without going into anything. Oh shit. Oh no, I didn't realize what I said without thinking. Okay, we'll go on to the next one. Here. No, we're not drawing attention to anything. Okay. So, Bakarin asked, let's see. What are your favorite Mega Man characters? Probably Zero for the original X series, then Zero and Mega Man, and then Geostellar. Mechasis is cool too, though. And also, for some reason, I really like... Well, what's his real name? Hub, right? From Battle Network? From what I played of that. Lan was okay, though. He was okay. But those would be my favorite Mega Man characters. I'm not sure. Or Geostellar is his localized name, but his Japanese original is Subaru Hoshikawa, right? But I barely remember anything about Lan, so I probably wouldn't give, like, the best rating on him. I'll play it eventually, though. Let's see. Demon X Machina, probably next week, or this upcoming week. Okay. Reiki. You know what? Maybe I should just leave it open. Reiki Mia. Why does it keep shrinking like this? Okay. They asked... Thanks for the opportunity, Maki. Love your streams, they're always so full of energy. What visual novels do you recommend if someone's looking for something to cry over but isn't too long? I don't know, actually. I guess the thing everyone would recommend is Clannad, but I never actually fully played it. But let's see. Drakengard 3. Oh yeah, I've seen a lot about it. Never fully played it, but... I know that one ending, I think it was probably ending B, where you had to play like a rhythm game. I would die there. I know about that fight. I think she was fighting like her sister, and it's like, you wanted to save the world by yourself? This is what you get, you stupid And then she like calls her a bitch, I think. I know about Funny Dragon Boy, cute boy. Drakengard 1 I really am interested in because the main character of that game seemed really weird, but like in a good way. Like I seen a picture of him smiling, right? And I'm like, haha, this is one of those memes, right? Like where they make a Reinhardt from Fire Emblem Heroes, like with a smile, right? And then I asked them and they're like, no, that's an actual one. And I was like, and I heard he's very unstable. Da-na-na, na-na, na-na-na-na-na. I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to do that. I'm still learning the boundaries. But I want to play that. If I can get permissions for that, I'd like to. Let's see. But for visual novel, honestly, I like the Virtue's Last Reward, but I played that one out of the wrong order. So I played Virtue's Last Reward first, actually, because it was in the PS Vita store. But you're supposed to play 999 first, I think. And I think VLR is probably only like 30 hours, maybe? So maybe... But the first one I put here was The House in Fata Morgana. I mean, that's like 30 to 35 hours, right? I liked it, but I think some topics there may be a bit rough for people. And it's not because you're weak, right? It's like if I play something and there's something there that I really relate to and it like stings, I might go, ugh, right? So be careful of that. I think Fata Morgana, it's like pretty dense, right? But not as long as like Umineko. But maybe one of those. Clannad always gives one. This is for VNs, right? I'm not sure what to all the ones I could recommend are like really long, right? So just be careful. Okay, here. This one is from... Sorry, I'm going a bit slow. I think I'll get a handle of this. If I could do like a prompt collect, then I should be fine, right?
I want you to speed up a bit. EGOG asks, let's see. I saw that you have The World Ends With You on your interest as debut, and I wanted to ask what your favorite character was. I personally like Joshua. Me too, he's my favorite. And if you played the sequel, I think I talked about this before, but here, let's do it again. But I have played it. My favorite characters are Joshua and Neku. Shiki was cute too, though. I played the Neo The World Ends With You, but I got really busy and didn't have a chance to finish it. I have it on the Switch, but I'm not sure if people knew about it as often or if it was advertised as well. I think, right? So I'm thinking about buying it on PC again, even if it would be like, what, $60 or $50 or $40, I think? It's like 40 to 60, right? Mainly because the frame rate will be better and then I can support it. So that's where I am right now. So either I buy it on PC and start from the beginning, or I just pick up where I was in the Switch version and play from there. Right? Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Hey, Flay, no question here. Just wanted to thank you for being my alarm clock and helping me stay up in the morning. Good morning! Oh, your icon changed. It's not that Pokemon anymore. Thank you for the super chat. Okay. Sho Minamoto. He's weird. I like him too. He's weird. I think characters like him are pretty good. Characters that have like a lot of depth, I guess, or really edgy for some reason, always end up on my faves list the most. But if I didn't have that type of typing, then probably he'd be one of my faves. Or what was it? Cosine, tangent, something.
So slow!
That's what he does in his like Panthera form, right? No, Panthera's the girl with the gothic girl, right? She has a large chest, that's all I'm gonna say. That's the only thing I can think about her, and I'm sorry. I forgot what his form is called. Tigress? Something like that. Let's see, have you played Odin Sphere before? No, but I've heard of it. There you go. Ran Miyashita, they asked, let's see. I saw your debut before. Oh, it's another Umineko. Well, I guess to, like, say it again, it's pretty much like, found it for you, Higurashi, then watch Higurashi Kai, and I was like, I want another sequel. You know when you finish a thing, and it's obviously over, but you still want a sequel? That sort of thing. Found Umineko. Is this a sequel? No, it's not. Was a bit confused. Looked up on forums. Oh, play the VN instead, okay? Played VN. Without love, it cannot be seen. Yum, 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 yum. Lucifer's cute. No! Not that Lucifer. The only Lucifers I find are cute are the Umineko one and S&T. Wait. I'm scared. Not like the actual. I don't love Satan. Okay. I'm scared. I've already been bonked before. Okay. Well, this next one is from, let's see, 12 is from Sage Eclipse VA. Still running. Only 10 minutes, but I'll do my best. They asked a game you never get tired of. Elsword PvP before they added Rose. Simple answer for you. Then let's see. Pino Crew. I could probably make a bunch of these, maybe like a couple a week, right? We'll see. Maybe not a couple a week, but one Q&A every week, because there's still a bunch to go through, right? Let's see. They asked, could have sworn I heard you mention Diabolik Lovers for a moment in one of your streams, but if not, I'm sorry. Please don't perceive this. I'm perceiving. If you watched the anime or even played the game, I watched a bit of the anime, but like from what I knew of the game, I didn't really. It was okay, but like what anime adaptations of games are like, No, they can't be perfect. I think I've only seen a couple of perfect ones. I think of all game adaptations I liked Grisaia no Meikyu's when I went to compare that one, and Rakuen, and the Persona 4 anime actually. I think Persona 4 the animation I know is a bit rushed in places, but I think it did a great job of capturing the original spirit. Also, thank you for the super chat. Open up your senses. There we go. Thank you for the super chat. Probably that one. Never got to fully play the game because it was in Japanese, but I felt lots of translations, right? To the point where I just know a lot of stuff, right? But my favorite characters probably would have to be Yui herself and Ayato. I think Yui's pretty cool. She's pretty cool as a heroine for Otome, but she gets a lot of slack, right? Because she's just like, oh, she just takes everything, right? But I'm not sure you can fight against men that will kill you. That have multiple bad endings where you get killed or tied up and whipped against your consent. I think there's not much you can do there in her position. So the fact that she even does anything, right, I think is very impressive. And some endings, I'm pretty sure she goes batshit insane, right? So there's like that. But she literally does her best. And she fights back the best she can and realizes what boundaries she has to work around. And when you're dealing with bratty boys like them, right? So that's it for so far. Okay, hold on. Ooh, this one I gotta answer. Oh no, I'm sorry if I didn't get enough. But hopefully the Q&A was okay. This one's from Yummy Girl. They asked, your favorite character in Star Driver? It would have to be Mizuno Yui, the pink-haired twin, right? If you remember Star Driver, you know why. You know why. I personally thought it was very relatable. Very, very relatable for many reasons, but I like her. Then I also like Takuto, and then I also like Mr. quote Reiji Miyabi, purple hair man. Piece of shit. I like characters that are I like characters like that. But Takuto, I also really like him, and you see his like a bit more of his backstory. I like him for the reason why I found him very relatable, because I wasn't like, I think people find me energetic, but I don't think I was born that way. I don't know what I am. I like him. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, this one, I think you just super chatted about it. Maybe. Or maybe it's just a really similar one. This one's from, sorry, I'm getting here. Your voice has jiggle physics, really? Like a chest or like... I don't get it. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, I think we just got to yours. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Ryan Capri-sun. But this one's from Gary, I think. Gary 43234. Oops. Okay, so it's not spelled right. 43234. Maybe. If not, they're really similar ones, right? But with Caligula Effect 2. Oh, they asked. I'm very happy you like Caligula Effect 2. What song in Caligula 2 do you like? I like, let's see. I want to do it! I want to sing about it. You don't think I can? You can't ask this. Okay. I played that one. That's probably the recent JRPG I played. I think I said it earlier. My favorite songs are probably Eternal Silver. Hey, same name. Then Misconductor, the remix version 2. Then XXXX/XX/XXX. And the remix version for that, the that one. I like that version a lot for a boss fight. That's really good. I like the boss remixes. I have heard of Dramatical Murder. Clear is good. Let's see. Really short on time. I guess for Caligula 2, before I go on and find another one real quick, I was really shocked by the writing and how they juggled like 8 to 9 characters. I think that's really hard. With JRPGs, I'm like, maybe just do 4 or 5 because it's easier that way, right? I also appreciate a lot the maturity that was featured in specific character episodes. I think you know which one, right, if you played the game. It was like one of the few games where you actually get punished for just spouting positive shit with like without any real merit or backbone. So it's like, for someone whose appearance thing like matters a lot to them, right? Yeah, you can just say, oh yeah, if you looked another way, I wouldn't care. But what if, let's just be real with ourselves. What if your friend did look another way or was like someone else, right? Are you really sure that you could say that everything would be the same, right? So if you just say like a response like that to a person, it's like sort of like ignoring their issues and what they care about. Because on paper, it's like, oh no, I'll still like you no matter what, right? But I think it'd be better to just like go on and just like, no, and be honest. Depends on the person, but for that character in particular, it was best for you to be honest. Because if you just give like, oh yeah, I'll still like you no matter what, they actually get mad at you. And I'm like, that's good. Because I played too many games where they just like let you say whatever and go along with it. And they go, okay, I'll just shove all my issues and baggage under the rug. Ha 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 ha. Doesn't matter because you're the protagonist. I don't like that. My pet peeve is games where you're the protagonist, but you get respected for no reason. I like it being earned through hard work even. Like, so like Devil Survivor 2. Well, Devil Survivor 2 in comparison to the anime is cool in its own though, right? But in Devil Survivor 2, the main character, Hideki Kuze, he's not actually special. He has no special power. Like, the thing that makes him the protagonist and that makes him special is literally his charisma. He brings everyone together. He's like, literally, I would call him the closest thing you could have to a Kamina and like Megaten, right? I guess? Maybe there's like a guy in 3, I think. But for Devil Survivor 2, he reminded me of that, where it's like, he doesn't have the special power. Because the special people are like the Anguished One and Yamamoto Hotsuin, right? they're the people with all the power, but he like brings everyone together, right? In comparison to the anime where he has like the super powerful Byakko, right? But in the game, he has no special power. He has to earn the respect of everyone. I like that. That's cool. It makes more sense. So with Kugure Effect 2, I really like that. I like, my favorite characters were, let's see. I like, what was his name? Shota Tsurimaki was good. Tsurimaki Shota. Ryuta? You know him. He has the, try not to spoil anything about him. You'll see him in the trailers, probably. Brown hair, short. Then, Gin Noto. Probably my faves. I also like someone else, I can't remember. That one, Marie. I like her. Maybe because I know Caligula Effect 1 stuff. Okay, here. Ooh, I'm gonna pick another one. I guess this is a good one real quick. I'll try to go through this really fast. Sorry, I take forever on these. I'll try to do more of these. We're almost done. But Donatsu 30. They asked, let's see. You seem to like Danganronpa, though, even though it's not in your list of likes. I'm assuming you for gore. Yes. Do you have a favorite character in each game? Also, your voice reminds me of Kokichi a lot. So that's his voice actor is Hiro Shimono-san, right? Hiro? Good taste. But for Danganronpa 1, it's Naegi Makoto Maizono Sayaka. I like her even though people call her a bitch. I think you're stupid as hell. It's like the Yukari thing all over again. God forbid if someone has like their own reaction to a stressful situation. Not everyone will act like a nice person. I think it's more telling that what she chooses to do after. In my opinion, I think she chose to change her way, in my opinion. And then Ogami Sakura. Then for Danganronpa 2, it's Hinata Hajime, Komaeda Nagito, Koizumi Mahiru, and Kuzuryu Fuyuhiko. Then for V3, it's Akumatsu Kaede, Saha Shuichi, Oma Kokichi, and Tenko Chabashira. She's also another character that people are really hard on. But, because her whole thing is when you play the game, right? She's like, I don't like men, right? So eventually that's gonna make people go, you don't like men? I'm a guy? You suck! Right? But if you actually use your brain and pay attention, right? She is a lot sweeter than you think. She says that shit, but she's also like, I fucking hate men. But she also helps them at every opportunity. She's like one of those type of people. She's a very sweet person. Even in like the first trial, right? Whether it's the demo or chapter 1, you have to pick which one, right? She's actively supporting someone when everyone else is on their ass. And she has no reason to support them. But of course, if you were to go talk to her, right? She'd be like, no, I was just helping you because it was convenient, right? Yeah, so I like her. But I can see why she turns people off, though, right? But she's just my personal favorite for that. So actually, if you don't like her, that's okay, that's you, right? Don't mind me. I'm just thinking about it like you and your friends in a Discord call, like hitting each other because like your fave sucks, then your fave sucks, right? So like that. But I like her. Koizumi for the same reason. Let's see. Then, we're pretty much done. I think I could probably read another. I think here I can like speed read these. I'll speed read some of these. Okay, this one's from Oh My God, OMG Gas. They asked about like what is my favorite piloting thing for like Nex. G Gundam Suit mobile trays and Star Driver are probably the most similar to the Artress, except I have the panels in here if I need, right? For bigger things like, you know, the. I hope the moon's okay. But I prefer having more motion. I think cockpit and regular cockpits are fine. I haven't watched Gundam Witch from Mercury yet. But I'm not sure. Does it have the Psycho Machine thing? Does it have that? I think it's called Psychomu. I think. I like that one too. That one's pretty cool actually. I didn't kill anyone. The next one is from, here, I'll read them really fast. I think maybe we'll have to do it like this. From Sirius 140, it'll end in like 3 minutes. My favorite mecha designer is Kenji Teraoka. That's what they were asking, my favorite mecha designer. Then, let's see. Noya T's asked, let's see, is there any character you would like to voice over of your choosing? Any character I strongly relate to, I guess? Maybe Subaru Natsuki from ReZero. Let's see. I asked for tips for voiceover. For that, honestly, you just have to get started, probably. If you have a voice, you can probably do it. It just depends on if you have fun and the ease of use for you. But just literally just picking up a game. So like with Danganronpa, there's a lot of scenes where they don't have voices, right? So when you're playing it, like why don't you just try voicing over the non-voice dialogue, right? Stuff like that. Other than that, just taking acting classes will probably help. I think the strongest thing I can recommend before we leave is with voiceover, your strongest skill set is probably your natural tone. And if you don't like your natural tone, you can always change it, but that will be your strongest skill set. So I told Battle before, right? But they got your time, and go, Let all your muscles, and then go, right? If you did that, then that should give you more of your natural register, and you just want to hone in on that. And then you can do whatever you want pretty much for the most part. But there are many resources, like there's a lot of VA classes in Texas, I think Dallas, right? Then in California, there's like Bang Zoom for Americans. There's a really good online resource made by Kira Buckland and I think 2 other people, I can't remember. It's called the Casting Call Club. That has a lot of professionals there and semi-professionals and even not just hobbyists, right? But I mean, don't go there and be like, okay, here's my fandub of this game. I want to make a casting call for a fandub of the full fandub of Clannad from start to finish, right? They're gonna be pretty honest with you and go, yeah. Maybe they'll go like, okay, you can do it, right? But like, they're gonna be like honest with you with your voice and go like, eh. There's also classes by Crispin Freeman and like, there's like D. Bradley Baker and Cal McCarley's website, right? They also have a lot of good tips there. So, but if like with Crispin Freeman's classes in particular, don't go there and like not without fully knowing what you're doing, because he will be honest with you and just go like, hey, no, you need to work on this, right? So don't like interpret it as like an attack or anything, right? It's like that. Very legendary VA. Same with D. Bradley Baker. Okay, that's one. Here, we finish Sam Reety's. Sai029 asked your favorite voice actors for English. I have a lot, but the one I can think of right now. Also, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Alexithemia. Thank you. There's no hole in the moon. Don't worry. Let's see. I like Ian Sinclair. I like Josh Grell. They do very good voices. Then Japanese, it's Ayane Sakura-san, and then Kinjiro Tsuda-san. You know, Kaiba. Sexy voice. Then let's see. Are there any others here that I could read really quick? Oh, I have a good one here. Let me see. This one's by Riven7. Hello, Flayn. Hope you're doing well. What inspired you to become a VTuber? Any advice you would give to those people who want to stream VTube? I only did streaming because I was really depressed due to like physical recovery, and I needed an outlet because I felt like I was losing it. So I guess it's like loving running, but then one day you can't run anymore. Then you lose all of that, right? Even if people are like, yeah, you should do it. So one day I couldn't do stuff, so that got really stressful. So that's why also I was really stressed with singing. And it was a good way because I was stuck between 2 areas. Either I be safe and don't do anything that stresses out my voice, right? But then I won't improve and I slowly get worse over time and get rusty. Then, or I go out there and put myself in a situation where I have to use a lot with my voice and talk, right? But then I risk making my voice worse. So I think you know which option I chose. But my advice is pretty much to have fun with it, but be aware of what you're getting into. So if you care about like numbers and stuff, I think you're valid too. Because for some people, it's their job, right? So they kind of have to care about numbers. So I don't agree if anyone's like, you shouldn't care about numbers at all. You're stupid. But I also don't agree if people are like, no. You're not allowed to have fun. It's about the grind, baby. So it's just pretty much take it with a grain of salt and figure out what you think is best, right? And then don't spend so much money. Both sides are pretty valid. And then let me see, I don't think I have any others. We got through a bunch here, but I think I have to go now. I don't want to get through more battles time. I'll try to make another, that'll be fine, like another Q&A session. Would you guys be okay with that next week? It's like, they're like pretty much like chatting streams in a way, right? I guess. Something like that. Sure? Yes? Okay, I'll try to do that. Gives me more time too, because then the more time I have to chat, the more time I have to like get stuff out, and then I won't like play a game because I have trouble focusing and I'll like run in place, right? I can only do one thing at one time sometimes, but I'll try. Okay, I'll try to set it around maybe sometime next week, or maybe like 2 if I can. Or merge them into one. But I'll get them. So there's so much and I wrote so many, and I think what I have to do next time is either make a method where it's super simple like this, already prepared, Or you guys rely on voice alone, but I feel like that's hard. It was easier with Marshmallow, right? Thank you for the super chat, Sky. Thank you. Really enjoy your talks. I just want people to have fun. But I'll send you guys over to battle now, okay? He is streaming one hand clapping, right? Now I kind of want to play Kiseki. Not sure if I can stream that, but I'll see. Probably play it. I need something. It's like when I play VNs, it's always usually when I've been down in the dumps. Then I play it. Like, what's it? Like, My Heart Had Wings. If you guys played that, it was probably... No, that wasn't the most recent VN, but it was like the most recent VN like that I played recently. Didn't finish it, but I got pretty far. It's one of those games with those long commoners. Okay, I got battle on. All right, if you guys actually pick up on that, impressive. I only want to mention one that have all age versions. Because if I mention one, that doesn't. Okay. All right, play bye-bye, everybody. Have fun, okay? I'll explain it one day. No one can. I already explained it on Haka's. I already explained it. It's not for that. It's for the love. It's for the romance. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Lena. Thank you. Play bye bye, everybody. Have fun at battles. Okay.
Nothing but lies! 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 Lies!
We're cute, my beloved. Bye-bye. Play bye-bye. See you guys tomorrow. Go! It's Mega Man Zero Day! Holy shit! See you tomorrow.